bless you as you share your word. The book is titled, go ahead.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So I'll be reading this, summarizing this book, Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. So basically what I learned about this is change. Change, it means like change happens, anticipate change when it happens, monitor the change when it happens, adapt to change quickly, change again, and enjoy change. So the whole lesson about this book is that you should be able to withstand change and be able to change. So cheese in the book, because the title of the book is Who Moved My Cheese, so it doesn't mean literally cheese as in cheese that we eat. It means something that we want, like maybe our job, we want a car, we want a relationship, or anything that, or health, freedom, house, whatever we want. That's what the cheese means in the book. So there were these four characters in the book. There's Sniff, Scurry, Ham, and Hill. And the Ham and Hill are two human, and the Sniff and Scurry are like two mice. And so a long time ago, they were looking for cheese in the maze. Like I said, cheese can be like your job or relationship or a house or whatever you want. So early in the morning, these two mice and two little people, they went out on cheese station C searching for the cheese, and they found their cheese. They were so happy. And when Sniff and Scurry later arrived at the cheese, they observed that there was no more cheese. But they were not surprised, because when they saw the cheese, it was gradually reducing, and they knew that at some point the cheese is not going to be no longer available for them. But when the little people, the Ham and Ham, when they saw it, they were disappointed. They were like, oh my God, they were not ready for change. Basically, they were not ready for the cheese to be gone. So this then Hall suggested that they should analyze it and look at the situation and see if they can move on and look for another cheese. But Hale was like, no, it's gonna stay in the cheese that until maybe he was waiting on the cheese to return back or any other thing like that. So these two people, one was still trying to make progress in the change and okay, let me look for another cheese, while the other one is like, no, I'm gonna sit down on this cheese station to make sure, or to see if the cheese returns back. So the Sniff and Scurry went further in cheese station and they found another supply of cheese, and they were happy about that. And this was like the biggest supply of cheese, which was more than the cheese they had before. This is showing you that if you move from the former situation that you have, maybe you lost your job, you don't just sit down there crying all day, oh, I lost this wonderful job. You don't know what God has planned for you. You don't know if God is going to give you a better one that is going to be better than the other job that you have. If you just sit down there, no, you don't pray, you don't do anything, you're just crying all day, you're not going to move away from that situation and progress in life. So you have to pray, and in order, you also need to search for a job. Like they said, heaven help those who help themselves. You don't just pray and just sit down in the house and be like, oh well, God is going to give me a job, let me just sit down. No, you have to go and search and work and look for opportunities, and you don't put all your basket in one, all your eggs in one basket. That's what Sniff and Scurry did. So the little humans, they're like the complex personality that we have, and the mice have the simple life, they just go by their business. But we humans have complex personalities, and we are different because we're unique. So Hal now realized that the change probably would not have taken him by surprise if he had been watching what was happening all along, and if he had anticipated change. He stopped for a rest and wrote on the wall that smell the cheese often, so you know when it's getting old. That's another point. So you have to look at what is going on. If you are at your workplace and you see that, oh, you don't think things are going right at your workplace, or you think that maybe you get fired someday, or you're not just happy doing the same job, you smell that cheese. If it's going whole, they use it as a metaphor there, that smell your cheese often so you know when it is getting hold. So basically what that means is observe your job place, whatever is bringing you sadness. If you're not happy at your workplace, move further and look for something better that will make you have peace of mind and happiness. So Hal wondered if Ham had moved on, because they're now in separate places, because Ham just want to sit down and be waiting for the cheese to arrive, and Hal is going about looking for new cheese. So he wondered if Ham had moved on, or if he was still paralyzed by his own fears. So Hal remembered that these times when he had felt his best in the maze, it was when he was moving along. He wrote, movement in a new direction helps you find new cheese. Movement in a new direction helps you find new cheese. That's a metaphor. And what that means is that when you're moving in a new direction, it can help you find, you don't put everything in one basket. That, okay, maybe you're doing a marketing job and you just want to go in that direction. You don't want to move in other direction or find other opportunities, that you're just going to stay in one place forever. But if you move around and spread your opportunities and spread your eggs in everywhere, you will find better cheese, which is in the book, which is better opportunity, better job opportunity, better relationship. Because the cheese doesn't just mean your job. It means maybe you want to get a new house, you want to get a new job, you want to get a new car, or a relationship, or anything like that. So so that's what Ham still stayed looking for the old cheese, while Hal just moved along. Then as Hal started running, he began to smile, because he was looking through other directions for new cheese, and he didn't realize it yet. When he was describing what nourished his soul, he was letting go, trusting what lay ahead of him. To his surprise, he started to enjoy himself more and more. Then he said, when you move beyond your fear, you feel free. When you find out what that fear is, if you are able to attack it, and if you're able to figure out your fear, you'll be able to withstand anything. So when you move beyond your fear, you feel free. You feel free, like, okay, I can do anything. I can do any kind of job. There is no job that because you've tried other, and you've searched in other places, and you've seen a job, you've seen something that will give you happiness. You feel free. You have freedom. You have peace of mind. So to make things even better, so Hal started to paint a picture in his mind again. He saw himself in great realistic detail, sitting in the middle of a pile of his favorite cheese, and he enjoyed it. And so change, they say, is constant. So you have to always, you see change in your life. Everything is not going to be smooth all the time, but you have to be ready for change. So like Sniff and Scurry now, they went ahead because they have a simple life. They went ahead, they looked for another opportunity, another cheese, while Hal, after some time, he also went to look for cheese, but Hal was still in that same cheese seed, waiting for the cheese to get back. So you have to know when changes arise, and be prepared for it. So it says, old beliefs do not lead you to new cheese. When you believe about, okay, maybe you just have a knowledge about one particular thing, and you're not going to learn anything else about that, it's going to put you in the same position. If you want to move ahead, if you want to move to a different position, you need to learn new experience, right? If you want to learn sewing, if you want to learn making hair, if you want to learn carpentry, if you want to learn medicine, you have to acquire knowledge, right? You have to acquire new knowledge. But if you have that old belief of whatever you had before, you're gonna start be on the same spot. For instance, if you're a teacher and all you know is social studies, all you be teaching to the students are social studies. So if you acquire more knowledge, if you read more about maybe agriculture, you'll be able to teach agriculture, right? So you're spreading out your opportunities and spreading out your knowledge out there. So it's basically is a very small book, so it doesn't have much inside, but what it really means is very, very big, and it's really, it speaks volume. It can be very small, but it tells us so many things, and it tells us what is going on in our life, what we see everyday life is basically what it's telling us. So there's nothing much, but so lastly, I would just say that changes happens, and when it happens, anticipate the changes, monitor your change, adapt to change quickly, change, enjoy change again, and it rotates and rotates all over again. So it's just trying to tell you that changes happens. Like I remember there was a time that don't sit in your comfort zone. Like, don't just be in one place and be comfortable. Like, okay, well, I'm doing baking or I'm cooking, I'm okay with that. I don't have to be a millionaire. I don't have to be like Bill Gates. I don't need to study science. I don't need to do all that. I'm okay with what I'm doing. No, you think big, because what if people don't like what you cook anymore? Maybe people can do it. Like, cooking is very, like, everybody can cook, right? So what if the business is slow? What are you gonna do? Are you just gonna sit back there and be like, okay, I'll just get in the same amount of money? The income will start decreasing, and you realize that, okay, I need to start doing something different to be making more income, because I don't see more money coming from this particular thing that I'm doing. So you change, and then maybe you do something else, and you see that, okay, maybe you start doing making products of your home, and you have your home business, and then it's growing, and you realize that, okay, this is actually doing great. Let me employ other people too and advance it. Then you do it everywhere, international. So that is change. When change comes like that into your head, you make it into reality. You just do not think about it. You write it down. Like my sister talked about goals. That's part of it. When changes happen, you should have a goal in mind. Okay, so I want to do this. You write it down, write a plan of whatever you want to do, and then you don't just look at the plan all day without doing anything. You act towards it. You walk towards your plan to achieve your goal in life. So let me see if I can use my own life as an example, because I'm through everything. Basically, it's just basic everyday reality. So well, there was a time when I was doing cleaning, and I studied computer science, and I'm thinking that, okay, I was applying for IT job, and I saw that the pay wasn't enough for someone like me that just got this degree and all that. And I saw that, okay, if I do cleaning, I can be paid more than that. And I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is my career path. I can actually do this job. I can work as an IT specialist, and I can also have my own cleaning business. Why? Because I'm thinking that what if changes arises, and maybe technology is growing these days, so there's nothing like, people will stop using technology. But what if something happens? What are you going to fall on? What else are you going to fall on? What is your plan B? You have a cleaning business, and there's nobody that, well, there's some people that don't want to clean their house, so definitely you find people like that, and then you get a job no matter what. As long as they have a house, they will need a cleaner, right? So you just think about other things. It doesn't have to be cleaning. It can be sewing. It can be any other thing, any plan B any other side hustle is not is not a shame. Like you don't be like, oh, I'm so embarrassed, I can't be doing that, I can't be carrying this. No, everything is just for a while to build up yourself for the future, for better. So that is all I have to
Praise
say.
the Lord. Praise the
Thank
Lord.
you very much.
Praise the Lord. So,
Hallelujah. So
like
what
we
do you
did the
have?
last time. Like we did the last time. Where I'm going to do like summary of what you taught us that was beneficial to me. What I observed was you mentioned don't put all your eggs in one basket. So basically we should be ready to adapt to change, which is one of the points that you made below, is adapt to change quickly. So when things are happening, things happen fast and things are moving very quickly, so you have to be ready to move to the next level and don't remain stagnant. And the movement in a new direction can help you find new opportunities.
Yes.
And when you move beyond your fear, you will feel free. That's that's another thing that ministered to me. That's true. As you stay in one place, you're still counting on your fears and everything of you. What you're basically doing is placing limitation on yourself.
Yes.
And
I can't do this, I can't do that.
As a child of God already, you should have removed that thing called limitation, because we serve a God that He has no limitation. He says that He owns all the cattle upon 1,000 hills. If He owns everything on 1,000 hills, and even the Bible says that nothing with God, nothing shall be impossible.
Yes.
And nothing shall be impossible to him that believes. So it's two things. Yeah. God's side and then your side. So nothing shall be impossible with God. Nothing is impossible with God. And nothing shall be impossible to him that believes. So it's a combination of two things.
So you have to believe.
You have to believe that God, that God is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. And then you get the result that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
It's another thing that Minister to me said, you have to be ready for change. You have to know when changes arise and be ready to move toward it. Because if you stay in one place, you will not be able to get towards that change. You just stay stagnant. You stay in the same thing you're doing.
Don't be like him.
Yeah, hem and haw.
Yes.
And I see that the mice were very progressive. They were ready to move.
Yes.
Every time something,
they were not surprised when it
every time something happened, they weren't surprised. They just decided to move ahead. They decided to just keep moving forward.
Basically.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So the last thing you said was have a goal in mind and act towards it.
Exactly.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, I will anticipate change. I personally will anticipate change and be ready to move
Monitor
forward.
the change.
Yes.
When you see that things are going wrong, monitor it. What is not bringing you happiness? Work towards it. Why are you not happy at your workplace? What's going on? Then adapt to change quickly too. And then you change again, it rotates back.
Yeah, and it's basically saying that even though things are happening around you, don't expect things to just remain the same forever. Things definitely will change because life continues to change. Nothing stays the same except they say that's how they say something except change itself. What happens to change? Nothing changes except change itself.
Nothing itself change.
Nothing changes except change itself, or change.
Or is it for every action?
There's change, something like that.
Well, it says nothing changes except change itself, or something like that.
Nothing changes itself but change itself.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nothing changing itself but change itself. Okay. Change itself changes. Nothing changes itself but changes itself. Okay. So yeah, anticipate your change and monitor it and know when the change is coming and be ready for change.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Do we have anything else to add to it?
Is he still there? What about our sister online? Are we still there? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Do we have anything that you want to add? Or anything that you gained?
No.
Nothing to share, okay. Papa Sam?
Did you pick out some things? Were you able to learn a lot?
Yeah, I was listening to you guys. Sorry. That's a good presentation. Please, can we all give the woman a round of applause? This is a good presentation, and she brought my a good this thing, the memory as well.
Yeah.
So simply, the book is about change. The whole story, the four experiences, the four characters there talks about change, how they reacted to it. I want you all to look at it. Which of the characters describes me? When things happen, how do I react to it? When you expect things to go your way and it doesn't go like that, what's the first reaction like? When you thought you'd be promoted and the promotion did not come, or if your name wasn't on the promotion list, how did you react to it? When you thought there would be increase and there was no increase, how did you react to it? If suppose they brought new innovative ideas to your place of work, or there's going to be change in departments, or your career path changes, or your place of residence changes, or things just happen like unexpectedly, which is change itself. How do you react to it? You know? And I like each one of us contribution towards it as well. And the summary that was given, you know. So I want us to have that at the back of your mind that things will happen unexpectedly. Sometimes you have a revolution that's going to come. Things you did not plan for will show up. How do I welcome that change? There are some things that will happen, changes that will happen to us to improve us. It is for us to be able to improve on ourselves. It is not for us to lose hope, but as a child of God, if we hook up to God well, in times of challenges, in terms of change, there are some changes that will not even, they may look like challenges, but it's just to build us up more, to build you to last. Anything happens is to add value. So how do you act as that well? And in the point of not putting all your eggs in one basket, it's like you must spread your tentacles. Have a broad knowledge, alternative ideas of what to venture into without just sitting on one career alone. That if one career it's not productive and not resourceful enough, and it's not bringing you the expected income, or you need additional income, then look for other means of providing and not just sit on one source alone. Because if they're planning to be rich and make more money this year, especially this year, all of us that are trying to make more money or trying to, improve, take care of some bills and all that, you should be thinking of taking additional, build your career, or look for additional jobs, or increase your hours wherever you are, to be able to have more, or think of other businesses to do. The Lord has given us this brain to think. Nobody should say, I can't think, I can't find anything to do. No. God created us to continue procreativity, to continue creation. That's why God created us as human beings. And He said He created us in His own image. So if God created His word, He expects all human beings to be creative. To be creative in everything. That means you should be adding value. You should be bringing value to the earth. You should be creating things. It's not just for artists. It's not just for musicians alone. It's not just for writers alone. We, of course, any of us should be able to look into ourselves and look at what are my gifts. Discover your gift. It might be the best way for you to become the richest, or to make your wealth, your gift, what you are gifted, what you love to do without stress. Build on it, apart from your career. Most people find themselves in a career path that is not just what he wanted to do, but just because everybody says there's something there, and they go into it. So with your career, you can have business to it. There's nothing stopping you from not doing it. You know? So, I believe we've all said it all. And I'm sure every one of us has learned one or two things tonight. As your pentacle, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Look for something else additional to do. And adapt to change. And of course, just like you said, monitor it. When changes are happening, so this is a change. Let me know how to adapt to it and conform to it when it comes. And you know, conditions don't last forever. Everything is season, just like the Bible says. It said, it says a time to plant, a time to work, to sow, a time to work, to harvest. So everything comes at its own time. So the word with us tonight in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.